Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist. Today, we have a clip that is an absolute bombshell. It is a shocking revelation that could change everything you think about Nigerian oil sector and the President Bola Tinubu's administration. Nigeria billionaire and chairman of the Hayes Holding, Tony Elumelu, was recently in a meeting with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the new NNPC board, and what he said was nothing short of staggering. He reveals how his oil company went from losing a mind-boggling 97% of its production to oil thieves under the previous government to now recovering 98% of its production under this new government. That is the President Tinubu's government. That's a turnaround from a 92% loss to just a 2% loss in a matter of months. This is a massive story. So let's watch the clip and then we'll break down the huge implications. So sit back and take a watch.
From where I sit, I see a lot happening. I tell Mr. President that in the oil and gas sector of this country, a lot has happened in the past 2 years. I'm not a politician, so I'm not speaking like one, but a lot has happened. Some of you here know I'm an investor in the oil and gas sector. We generate over 58,000 barrels of oil every day. Mr. President, before you took over to 2023, people here know, I shouted on social media, I tweeted that we were producing and losing 97% of our oil production. 97, Mr. President, over 50,000 barrels, 97%. Mr. President, every month we do what is called fiscalization. Last month, for month of June, and let's say Energy will know this, we got 98%. So 2% loss is significant. People don't know this, but it takes time for people to know what's going on. So whenever I have the opportunity, I say it as it is. Power is so critical. You know, Mr. President, with the energy we have in this country, youth energy, youth population, the stability you're bringing, this country will take off. Some generating companies are indebted to banks. Banks are threatening to foreclose them. Not that these guys are not doing well. They are doing well. Government owing them, the system owing them big trillions. The hydro companies, Ayo, I know Mr. President, this man here. Ayo, he doesn't let people rest. Ayo is saying they should pay concession fee. The Zach is not here. Zach is saying that he's closing companies for not paying tax. We said, Zach, where would they pay tax now when revenues now they are not getting paid? And staff salaries impaired, spare parts difficult and co. So, sir, the Gencos have the patriotism, yes, the willingness and the capacity to do more in terms of power generation. The major issue, sir, is the debt. So, Mr. President, I know CME is trying. I know you're trying. You didn't create this problem, but please, sir, just so that we can complete and advance the transformation you've started. Because power is critical for it. Please help look into this, sir.
So, you've seen the clip. So, let's take a moment to process what we just heard because the numbers are insane. Did you all catch that? Tony Elumelu, a man who has invested hundreds of millions of dollars into his oil and gas assets, said that before President Tinubu took over, he was producing oil and losing 97% of it. Let me put that in perspective for you. For every 100 barrels of oil his company, Hayes Oil and Gas, pumped out of the ground, 97 barrels were stolen before they could be sold. They were only getting paid for like 3 barrels. That's not just theft. That's a complete catastrophic failure of national security and an indictment of the system that allowed it happen. He said he shouted on social media, he tweeted, but the problem persisted. Then the bombshell. He said last month for the month of June 2025, after this new administration took over, they did their physicalization, which is the official announcing of production, and they got 98% of their production. The loss was down to just 2%. This is, without a doubt, the single biggest vote of confidence the Tinubu's administration has received from a major private sector player. Elumelu is essentially telling the president what you do and your new security team are doing is working, and it's working spectacularly. This points to a massive coordinated effort involving the new security chiefs and private security contractors that has, at least in this specific case, plugged the hole that were hemorrhaging the nation's wealth. But let's also be clear about the flip side. This is a heavy, damning indictment of the previous administration under President Muhammadu Buhari. How does a country under a former general lose nearly all the oil produced by a major operator? This confirms the worst fear and rumors we've heard for years that oil theft was not just an act of militant bots, a sophisticated high-level racket that was allowed to fester. Now, look at how Elumelu smartly pivoted at the end. After praising the president for the success in the oil sector, he immediately brought up the power sector. He is using this success as a blueprint. He's saying, Mr. President, you have demonstrated the political will to solve an impossible problem in the oil and gas industry. We are now begging you to apply that same decisive energy to the power sector. He mentioned that generating companies are heavily indebted to banks, and those banks are threatened. This is a ticking time bomb for the financial sector. So, what's the real gist here? Elumelu isn't just giving a compliment, he's setting a new benchmark. He's telling the world that this government can achieve results while simultaneously challenging them to replicate that success in the power sector, which is arguably even more critical for the average Nigerian. This is a huge development. It means more revenue for the government, a potential strengthening of the Naira if this trend holds, and a massive boost in investors' confidence. So the key takeaway is this. A top Nigerian investor has confirmed a dramatic, almost miraculous turnaround in the fight against oil theft, giving a major boost to the Tinubu administration while raising serious questions about the past. And he's using that momentum to push for urgent action in the power sector. What do you guys think? Is this a genuine and sustainable success story, or is it too early to celebrate? What do you think needs to be done in the power sector to see this kind of turnaround? Drop your thoughts in the comment below. I really want to hear from you on this one. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Obas Trending Gist for more analysis like this, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.